Hey guys, today I'm going to show you guys some interesting discoveries I've made in this online game called Lifelong Minute. Before I begin, if you enjoy this by the end, feel free to like it, share, and sub to this channel for more content. Also, if you want to get notified on new uploads, you can also click the bell icon that shows. And for more like this, you can check out my channel. First of all, Lifelong Minute is a 2012 1-minute game where you try to beat as many of these mini games as possible in, well, 1 minute. And each one doles about 5 coins out from your first position to the floor, as you can see here. Some of these mini games give you a bit of time to actually collect some of the coins as they might be festering up here, because at the end, you're given a bunch of coins on top of the ones you scored, and if you don't collect all of them, you won't score them when the time runs out. This game was published in July that year. Interestingly though, I didn't first find out about it until around fall. Now we'll get to the discoveries. Firstly, the way I'm playing this game is in a standalone projector. For more info, I have done a video on this topic, so if you want to find that out, click the top right card or follow the link below. So let's get to the options this enables. Firstly, you can right-click the game window and choose forward or play, rewind, or back. If you choose forward or play in the loading screen, it actually will advance to the main screen, even if it's not fully loaded. So does this mean that it's not really a loading screen? If you do this again, either at this point or while playing the main game, this happens. Demo version only. What does this mean? Was this like unused? Was there ever a demo version to begin with? Well, there might have been. If you rewind or choose back, you can go to this screen again. You can also change the aspect ratio of the window easily by changing the width or height, or simultaneously both to any degree by dragging the corner. And as we'll soon realize, the game's presentation is kind of dependent on the ratio between the width and height. In this screen, it doesn't seem to uncover anything, except just a white surrounding. However, the title screen is a completely different story. If we make the window shorter, you can also see the number 60 hidden to the right. However, it seems to have a different font than a more serif one for the rest of the game. So let's hit play. And firstly, we can see that under the bar here is actually a bunch of purple shaded rectangles on top of each other. And they fan out for this transition by pivoting around the right side. And you can see this because at the edges, there are gaps that show when they spread far enough. This is an example of the game's dependency on its aspect ratio for its presentation, as I don't think I would have known this had I never been able to do this, let alone back in 2012 when I first found this game. Then the game starts, and that number actually counts down. Considering the font, this text element might have been scrapped in favor of the analog clock symbol. To me, that's kind of unfortunate, because it would have been kind of interesting and cool to see your time-lapse in a more formal way, even just under the clock symbol. Also, if you press back in mid-game, you can go back to this screen. However, the main game you just started is actually still running, because a glass sound is playing. This sound plays when either you mess up a challenge, or wait too long in one mini-game before completing it. The key phrase, wait too long. We can do this again and again. The fastest way of doing this is start the main game, right-click the window, and choose rewind to go to the title screen. Then choose forward, start the game, and repeat the process again and again. However, we can't make too many of these play on top of each other, because if the glass sound effect is triggered 3 times in one game instance, that one ends, because you only have 3 hearts to lose and you're out. Side note, I recently got a comment on my previous video on SFPA, saying for one thing that they found sprites in the game's main flash file. By the way, that game is powered by Adobe AIR, and many different flash files are used in it. So just that file alone is not enough to run the game. Then essentially, I replied with, how? And he replied, JPEXS Flash Decompiler, an open source tool that lets you view the data embedded in Flash games. I don't really know what this would enable, even just for Lifelong Minute. So I actually did try to use it. However, it wouldn't really open. It would appear to be for a second, but then it kind of failed. If anyone's troubleshot this successfully, please let me know in the comments. It would be more useful if you've done so on a Mac though. You might be able to tell this already, but in case not, I'm just saying, because maybe it's more important than I thought it was. Well, that's about it for this. Also, moving most of the outro was kind of experimental, so for any questions or requests you have, you can let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.